In the quiet suburbs of Greenview, where manicured lawns and white picket fences lined the streets, lived a woman named Emily. She was the epitome of a suburban housewife, always dressed impeccably, her blonde hair perfectly styled, and her makeup flawless. Emily's life revolved around her husband, Mark, and their 2 young children. Every day followed a predictable routine, preparing meals, doing laundry, and attending parent-teacher meetings. She was content, or so she thought, until a chance encounter turned her world upside down. It was a typical Tuesday morning. Emily had just dropped off her kids at school and was heading back home when she noticed a commotion at the local park. A group of teenagers had gathered, their voices loud and filled with excitement. Curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to take a detour to investigate. As she approached, she saw a young man, no older than 20, standing in the center of the crowd. He was tall and muscular, his skin a deep shade of brown, and his eyes held an intensity that seemed to pierce through anyone who dared to meet his gaze. His clothes were a stark contrast to the pristine surroundings, a black hoodie with a logo of a roaring lion, baggy jeans, and sneakers that had seen better days. The young man, known as Jay, was a local legend in the neighborhood. He had grown up in the nearby housing projects, where life was far from the peaceful existence Emily knew. Jay had a reputation for being a troublemaker, always flirting with danger and living on the edge. But there was something about him, an air of mystery and raw charisma, that captivated everyone around. As Emily watched, Jay's hands moved swiftly, effortlessly performing a series of card tricks that left the onlookers in awe. His fingers were like a blur, shuffling and dealing with precision. The crowd cheered and clapped, urging him to continue. Jay's smile revealed a gold tooth, adding to his already captivating appearance. Unbeknownst to Emily, her heart was about to embark on a journey it had never dared to imagine. As she stood there, transfixed by Jay's performance, their eyes met, and time seemed to stand still. Jay's gaze locked onto hers, and for a fleeting moment, Emily felt a spark of electricity course through her body. It was as if a hidden part of her soul had been awakened by his intense stare. The crowd's cheers brought Emily back to reality. She realized she had been staring, and a flush of embarrassment crept up her cheeks. Quickly, she averted her eyes and began to walk away, her heart racing. But something compelled her to look back, and she caught Jay's eyes once more. This time, he winked, a playful gesture that sent a shiver down her spine. That night, Emily couldn't get Jay out of her mind. She tried to focus on her usual chores, but her thoughts kept wandering back to the park. The way he had commanded the crowd's attention, the confidence that oozed from every pore of his being, and that mischievous wink, it all left her feeling both intrigued and unsettled. She found herself questioning her mundane existence, wondering if there was more to life than the predictable routine she had grown accustomed to. The following days became a blur of anticipation and longing. Emily found herself making excuses to pass by the park, hoping to catch another glimpse of Jay. She knew it was foolish, but the pull she felt towards him was undeniable. On one such occasion, she spotted him sitting alone on a bench, his gaze fixed on the ground as if deep in thought. Emily's heart raced, and before she could stop herself, she approached him. "Hey," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Jay looked up, his dark eyes meeting hers. "Hey yourself. You're that lady from the other day, right?" Emily felt her cheeks warm at the familiarity in his tone. I guess so. I just wanted to say I enjoyed your show." A slow grin spread across Jay's face, revealing that distinctive gold tooth. "You did, huh? Well, I'm always happy to entertain." They sat in silence for a moment, the air between them crackling with unspoken words. Emily's mind raced, torn between the familiar comfort of her suburban life and the thrilling unknown that Jay represented. "So, what's your story?" Jay asked, breaking the silence. "You don't seem like the type to hang around this part of town." Emily took a deep breath, surprised by the sudden intimacy of the conversation. I live nearby. I'm just a regular housewife, really. 2 kids, a husband, the whole package." Jay raised an eyebrow, his gaze intense. A housewife, huh? That's a far cry from my world. But hey, we all got our paths, right? Emily felt a connection forming, an understanding that transcended their different backgrounds. I suppose so. But sometimes, I wonder if there's more out there. Something beyond the daily grind. Jay's eyes softened, and he leaned forward, his voice lowering. I know what you mean. This place can feel like a cage sometimes. But we make our own choices, and sometimes, taking a chance is worth it. His words resonated with Emily, stirring something deep within her. Before she could respond, Jay stood up, his movements graceful, despite his imposing stature. Listen, I gotta go. But I'll be around. Maybe we'll cross paths again. And with that, he walked away, leaving Emily standing there, her heart pounding and her mind racing with possibilities. As the days went by, Emily found herself eagerly awaiting their next encounter. She started questioning her own happiness, wondering if the life she had built was truly fulfilling. The routine that once provided comfort now felt like a cage, and she longed for the freedom and excitement that Jay seemed to embody. Little did Emily know, her life was about to change in ways she never could have imagined. The suburban wife and the hood dude were about to embark on a journey that would challenge societal norms and test the boundaries of their own hearts.